The South China Sea is an area of dispute over territorial claims involving several countries such as China, Taiwan, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei Darussalam, and Indonesia. Disputes that occurred in the South China Sea are still unresolved conflict issues. The South China Sea conflict first started in 1947 and is still unresolved. The South China Sea problem involves conflicts with Asian countries, so that Asian organizations take a role in resolving problems that occur in the South China Sea. The reason for the conflict in the South China Sea area is based on two factors, namely the abundant natural resources factor and the difference in claims that form the basis of the claims of each disputing party in the South China Sea. China claims the Natuna Sea. China claims the South China Sea for the 9-dash line. The 9-dash line is 9 imaginary points which are the basis for China on a historical basis to claim South China's territory. These points were made by China without going through the International Convention on the Law of the Sea under the United Nations or UNCLOS 1982. Even though China is also listed as a country that signed the 1982 UNCLOS. The 9-dash line is considered by China for the Natuna waters as an area unfounded territoriality. According to the Chinese government, the Natuna waters, Riau Island are included in the 9-dash line. In the conflict in the Natuna Sea itself, China feels that they have rights and interests based on history in the Natuna waters. China claims that the Natuna Sea area is included in the 9-dash line area. The claims made by China do not have a strong legal basis. In short, the 9-dash line is China's unilateral claim to the sovereignty and control of an area, be it land, water, and seabed. Not only Indonesia, a number of countries in Europe also support the rejection of this unilateral claim by China. It is recorded that Britain, France, and Germany agreed to condemn the 9-dash line claim. The three countries jointly sent notes to the United Nations to support reports from Malaysia, Australia, Indonesia, Vietnam, the Philippines, and America. The wheels of a country are of course very dependent on its economy, with the aim of improving people's welfare and to compete with neighboring countries. If the economy is hampered, then it will not materialize and disrupt the stability of the country. This is, of course, a threat to Indonesia. Indonesia is a country that has territory bordering the South China Sea. The Indonesian territory closest geographically to the waters of the South China Sea is the North Natuna waters, which also borders the maritime territories of three other countries, namely Malaysia, Singapore, and Vietnam. China's claim on the historical basis of its 9-dash line cut the continental shelf and the exclusive economic zone, EEZ, in which there is a lot of wealth. Natuna waters have the largest natural gas reserves in the Asia-Pacific region and even in the world. Natuna's oil reserves are estimated at 14,386,470 barrels, while natural gas is 112,356,680 barrels. The Natuna Sea area is also one of the Indonesian archipelago sea lands, LKI, and is an international sea route for ships coming from the Indian Ocean to enter industrial countries around the sea and also to the Pacific Ocean. It also has fishery resources. This causes Chinese fishermen who freely catch fish in the Natuna area illegally or illegal fishing and even often carry out provocations several times by escorting Chinese fishing vessels with China Coast Guard ships and then They trade fish catches outside Indonesia with multiple prices, thereby significantly reducing productivity as well as catches, which results in financial losses for the country. In resolving a dispute experienced by a country, there are efforts that can be taken for a solution, including 1. Efforts to resolve it through litigation, namely settlement efforts carried out in court by directly confronting the two parties to the dispute, which each has the opportunity to file a lawsuit and Robiatul. 2. Increase economic activity in the Natuna waters, such as exploration and exploitation of energy sources within the exclusive economic zone, because increased economic activity in border areas strengthens claims to ownership of the Natuna area. 3. Increase security as well as defense at the Natuna border in order to give fishermen a sense of security in catching fish. 4. Conduct mediation between the state of Indonesia and China for the resolution of the North Natuna Sea dispute, namely through mediation efforts. And 5. Implementing the COC, Code of Conduct concept, namely the Code of Ethics or rules that apply in the waters area, especially in the South China Sea, whose purpose is to resolve the ongoing conflict debate in the Natuna Island. In implementing the COC, Code of Conduct concept by utilizing the procedures for bilateral relations between Indonesia and China, disputes in the Natuna waters can be resolved using win-win management procedures.